Mostly wanted to concern about that tetrapack one. That's a very good design because that has a good shelf life. That milk never miss. You can put in your freezer up to 6 months, 7 months. It's not going to expire.
So your company mostly is in packaging stuff or moving things around also?
No, only we make this material. That's it. We make this kind of material.
Is it a courier company?
No, just the packaging.
This is a packaging company.
So what happened? This chips company, they ordered this material from us. We give them this material in a roll form. So in a one roll, there are 1 million pouch like this. So they put that roll there on their machines, and the chips come and it packs.
So
because that machine has automation, so the film go here, and then it force here. Then this seal there, and this is open, and then it goes over, chips drop over, it's sealed on this machine, and it comes final. But what I supply only this film.
Did you guys get what company his company does in the packaging world?
So so this is one example, right?
Yeah. So this is just one example.
The sealing part of it is a part of the package, or is it part of?
Why is it?
So there are two kind of things. Some customers want us a pouch, ready pouch. So we supply ready pouch. And some customers just want a roll. Depends upon what kind of machine they have and what kind of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the automation they have.
Automation they have.
And as I said, 3 layer, the third layer, that's the inside layer, always the sealable material. Not every film can be sealed with the heat. So it sealed with the heat. If you remove it, right, in the house, you cut it, and you just press with some press, it will again seal. Because that has the sealable material inside.
Most of them have
Most of them,
sealable material.
So that sealable material is the third layer. So we do printing, and then we do 3 layer lamination. We use the glue, the same kind of glue you use for sticking, same kind of industrial glue we use on the machine. But it's like one big roll of printed goes here, one big roll of foil come from here, and if there are 3 stations, one more layer of the poly come from third station, and glue here, 3 layer come together, it's laminate, and it comes with the jumbo big roll. Like this.
Where is this company? They have factory?
Yeah.
Where?
In the Brooklyn. But this kind of factory everywhere, because this is the most consumer oriented of the industry. So this is everywhere you can
Brooklyn.
see.
What? Any other questions, guys?
You said that the chips drop into the bag in the bottom part. Why do they drop on the bottom part? Why doesn't it drop on like the top? Why is it explicit?
It's the same thing. If you bottom or top, it's the same thing. Doesn't matter.
It's packing.
Yeah, it's packing. So you pack from here or here. Depends upon. Yeah. So even I don't know is packing from here or here, but the ultimate goal is has to be sealed properly on both sides. Because should not be any air leakage. So after even packing, they have the quality testing, or is there any leak or vacuum or any issues, right? And it goes to the testing that everything is packed perfect. Even if sometimes we print and there is some line or something here, some spots, that's not good, right? So that's a quality complaint for us. So they just send all our own material return. Oh, you didn't print properly. So this is part of quality.
Any other questions? Anybody about this company?
What about the air in the bag?
Yes.
Anybody
Why
wants to
does
ask?
it need to be printed properly? Like, isn't it like isn't it just for the chips?
Yeah, but remember everything has to be proper, otherwise chips will go bad.
See, so this is
Like even the printing?
Yeah, no, see the printing is like kind of a decoration, right? So let's say you have a company and you think that your product should look like perfect finish, right? So the lace L is, let's say, not there, or it's black instead of white. Then you say, oh, it doesn't look good. Is it genuine or not? Like some people have those questions.
Yeah, some duplicate or somebody may.
So that's why you have to make sure it matches.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like because it's an aesthetic appeal, because they wanted customer has to see it very perfectly, right?
Yeah.
And it should be, and that's why they come up with the new designs.
And also the labeling behind is also very, what is that? The ingredients is very
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
FDA kind of, right? Like, they monitor those things, that legible and like what needs to be there.
So we have one special department for all these things. They check everything, whatever they receive from the customer, everything ingredient properly, and then we make the plates. Plates means is a in printing there is some cylindrical plates. For every design, maybe that this design and this design is different, right? So this plate of, so for example, maybe this ingredient is same. Some of the variant is ingredient same. So they use this plate common, other 6 plate different. So when we change the job and we ensure everything and quality check the each and every words, everything is proper.
So they make this kind of material.
A lot of
Right?
thought into it.
This company make this kind of material. This is just one example. There are like different kinds of packaging they do.
Like it might be wet chips
Other food.
package.
Any other question?
Just like
Yes.
just a lot of times, what if like there's like really like less chips in the bag or something?
Yeah, that happened.
Okay, so that's a good question.
Like-
But that's it's
That's
out
not
of his.
that's not the
Yeah,
package.
what's the
design.
question?
So their question is, but it's not, I think, your area, right? So you send that foil to Glaze
Yeah,
or
that
whoever,
film roll.
and then what if the one packet has less chips? and
Yeah, in the
another
vending,
Oh, okay.
in
okay.
the
Yeah.
school, the vending machine, there's 3 chips in a bag.
So
Yeah.
that's the
Bad-
next question. I can answer for that.
Okay,
so,
good,
so
okay.
basically they have also the good automation machine, right? They also has, but sometimes machine has issue. Machine
Yes.
can be a error.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, machine not working properly. Sometimes not scan properly.
Yeah,
Like
robot
you
doesn't
do
work
the same
properly.
thing, yes,
Yeah.
everything happen. So it's an error, right? So sometimes that scanner not scan properly. So instead of
Instead of 10
15,
chips,
20,
he's putting on 3 chips.
There is a
So,
say,
but everything in the vending machine is 3 chips.
And then if
you
you
got to call.
If you buy
There's a
on the
number
line,
there
if you
behind.
buy on the
They
line,
say,
it's
right?
better.
So their batch was
But then
that batch
if you
was
go
faulty.
over to
Faulty.
buy lunch,
Yeah,
then
that
there's a
batch
good
was
amount of
faulty.
chips. But in the vending machine, there's
Wait,
3.
but what happens
That's
if
how
the
they
chip
design.
bag like overfills? Like there's too many chips in the bag.
Yeah, remember Wally's? It was
It's the
like
same
filled to the
Yeah.
brim.
So basically
That's
what
related.
Like what if it overfills?
So basically the same question is here. So here is low
Less.
chips and high chips. So this is actually fail of their quality testing. So when they got this package and they go through the random checking, they didn't notice it properly. So basically if they notice something, if over than required one, that pouch may not be perfectly packed or maybe burst it
Yeah,
in their
correct.
testing,
Right.
or maybe it can be passed, but yeah, that's the fail of quality. Yeah.
Why do they make the packages so big when the chips are like?
Good question.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Why is
So-
that?
So
Package is big, content is
I
very
think it
small.
needs like some air.
Content
or
is small.
something.
Content is
Some
less.
air.
No,
Listen, listen,
So,
listen.
it's a vacuumed, right? It's a vacuumed inside. It should not be air inside. So it's a vacuum. That's why it is.
The shape is like that.
Yeah, it's like that.
So
Yeah,
no, the
but-
question is, if there's only little content, why can't you just make packaging only this much only? Why it's a package is big?
Why don't they say one package?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Why?
Because
Needs
it
air,
may
it
be
needs air.
because then
Yeah.
it would
You're
be
trying to
hard
spam
to get
people.
exact
No.
No, it's
No,
too
because-
because
there
the
might be
It's a very hard to
too
answer, but
much
it might be
that-
designed because the chips is like very crispy. If they might design it, depends on the volume inside the pouch. It should be safe. If they make the very low, it might be crushed. You know,
That's a good.
possible.
That's probably good.
Yeah, I'm also not but I'm just assuming.
do you know what kind of air goes into the chip bags?
Oxygen.
no,
No.
oxygen.
You
That's
do
like
not
carbon
want
oxygen to
dioxide.
spoil it.
Nitrogen.
Carbon dioxide.
So that's the padding and the preventing the oxidation. Both of them are done by the air. But that's what I was going to ask. Like with
Oh,
the
nitrogen.
3 foils coming in, how do they put the nitrogen in? Is that whole
That's
room
the-
with nitrogen
Who's
or?
packing? The guys who pack.
Yeah,
they do it.
but the foils are coming in.
Yeah,
Before
so
it
basically
seals-
that machine has automatically everything. Machine is
The
automatic.
machine does
everything.
nitrogen
Yeah,
also.
no man thinks nothing. Man is just collecting and putting the roll. So machine. So this nitrogen when go inside the packs or whatever, it's all over the
Like
machine.
heavy automation. This
Yeah, it's automation.
That's a
And
really
somebody
good-
was asking about the bottom or the top.
Mm.
Actually, it's a continuous. He's explaining it's a big roll, continuous roll.
Mm.
So the top of one chip is the bottom of the next
Yeah,
chip.
actually, yeah,
It is
it's
sealed
just
in the
like
middle and cut.
Yeah, yeah.
Sealed and cut.
Factories.
So each
Yes, what's
seal.
the question?
Yeah.
But what happens if like something goes wrong with the robot that's packing it?
Then you
if
fix
some-
it.
Yeah, so if everything wrong, any human being can be notice it because something wrong. So they will stop the machine and they fix it. Yeah. So this kind of actually this packaging machinery or printing machinery or customer and packing machine, all YouTube has this kind of videos. Yeah. They will get more.
What is
ideas.
do you know what is your role? Day to day.
Actually, I am now continuous improvement manager, so I am not more, but I work as in production also on the machine. I
He's
work
not on
in
the floor
a
anymore.
You're
lab
on the
also
floor.
in testing.
But you were at some point on the floor.
On
you
the
were
floor.
looking at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now
I
they are
know
not-
about all these processes.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's like conveyor belts and all.
Yes, the conveyor belts will be there, right?
Yeah.
Most of the factories
Wait,
are.
how tall is it? Is it just like a flat, or is it there like a second level or something?
How height and all.
Like
So
it
the
goes like
people
up
can
the
see.
stairs, kind of.
This is like a chip machine, right? It's a very simple, small, but maybe this room from here to here. Packaging machine depends upon the what packaging. So chips is like a small things, right?
Okay.
They have the hooper and the chips coming over there
Okay.
from the line automatically,
Mm.
and one operator can do that machine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there are there are huge like Pepsi packaging or Coca-Cola or water bottle packaging or any other liquid thing or
Juice.
what is
Apple
that?
juice.
Juices, yeah. They have the big lines. Yeah, so they're all automated. It's not by the operator, it's all automated.
Yeah, but what about
But that has a big height.
Guys,
or
any
big-
other question
Machines
about
are big.
yeah,
what
no
we
machine are big.
did? Now let's come back to our project.
Any question? By the way, any further questions? You might not get chance to speak with him later.
Yeah, he really daily they work. in
Do
that.
you want to ask any questions on the robot design?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
like
you can
why
hold the robot.
design this way.
Yeah, give him the robot. Let him ask
Any
questions on the
question?
design of the robot.
pass it down?
Why this is done this way, that way.
Or maybe ask them what is where. Maybe first.
Yeah, I'm just asking what are the functionable parts? This is movable, right?
Yeah, what are the who's gonna explain?
Wait. First question is what are the functionable parts?
So
Motors,
this,
basically.
see, this is a 360 arm, and then this is a forklift which goes up
So
and down.
motor, explain motor. How many
Yeah,
motor?
this is one motor, this is one motor, this is one motor, and this is one motor. So there's two wheels, which means there's two big motors, and there's two attachments, so we use two small motors.
So motors help things move, right?
Yeah.
So these motor helps move this motor helps this
Can I explain the?
this motor which rotates will move. This motor is for this.
Can I explain the
Okay.
attachment?
Okay, you want to explain attachment? Okay, go.
What?
Not
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
explaining the
explain.
question answer.
So, well,
So
so
Right.
this is the arm. It's usually used for the bridge and the crane. That's what we used it for.
yeah.
Mm.
You have to code it to move like this. It pushes down whatever is there.
Basically, it's a horizontal movement. We call
Yeah,
it.
yeah, okay.
And then the forklift, it
It's
was
like a
used
vertical.
for like
Yeah.
it was used for the dropping off the packages like cargo connect and stuff. It goes up and down. It could go like that, and it goes like this. So like, say it's still down the whole time. Then if it moves this way, then it will bring the packages with it. So it has to go up and then move to the side and stuff.
And also, one of the challenges we had is that sometimes it hit like that, something in the middle of the way. So it'll make the challenge like we have to move it back and start over. Or yeah.
So there is a multiple movement at a one time? No, right?
You can do.
You
You can
could.
do.
You
Okay.
That's a good question. You can do both.
Okay.
But
Yeah, then we have to timing and
Yes.
set up and should
Yeah.
not
It
be
should not
direct on the
inter-
weekend.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like maybe this could happen or something.
Let them.
And also there was this in the back. We added this compartment on the back.
As Dhruv was saying about the container going
Right.
back and then
Yeah.
it falling.
Yeah, and usually it like trips over and it doesn't go fully to the black part. And if it was just this, it'll just like fall over. So we added this part so it could be lower.
This way. Turn to the video.
So it could be like lower. So it could push the package fully.
So what is this for? This wires? These are the
Explain Risha.
Motors.
These are to connect this motor, like these
okay.
motors to
These
the
are
hub
the
so that
connectors. Okay.
That's the
We go on the other side.
Okay.
And one more thing
Yes, what's the
we did
suggestion, Dhruv?
was that we put this
Yes,
these
You can look.
we put these two black
Like
cars
right now,
on
we're
the bottom
basically just
because usually it didn't hit the whole bridge when it was hitting the
What
bridge,
is the suggestion?
and it'll fail the task if that happens. So we had to add these two two parts so we can hit the bridge.
Also,
We told the
you see, if you turn the robot over, we have these two 360 wheels, but they're called caster wheels, and basically it just makes the robot more stable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you think this big wheel is better than the small wheel?
Because it's more balanced, and
Yeah.
it also is in the back, so it's more balanced.
Yeah, I remember our first design. I think it was like in.
It was in the middle,
It was
remember?
like in the middle, or like.
And the hub was in the top.
Yeah.
And that was, and
It was kind of like a.
that was
I think that. I think
Like a
that.
giraffe.
I think that it's
Like the
better.
one.
I think it's better to
Dhruv,
use
turn around.
the wheels because if we use the small wheels, then it wouldn't make sense to use a large motor.
Large,
Then we
yeah,
would
okay.
use a smaller
Load
one.
bearing also.
But then the attachments would need a large motor, and that like takes up space, and it doesn't make sense for it to be that layout.
There's one thing you guys didn't mention. I don't think you discussed it either. The motors are synchronized. The hub takes care of that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if they're not synchronized, one wheel will turn
That's what they're
less or
connected
more.
to the hub.
So anytime you plug in two motors and you define them in the code, you define them as left and right, they synchronize it. Like the arm is not synchronized. The arm is just going around by itself. But the moment you said this is a left and right movement motors, they are synchronized.
And the hub is the computer.
The
Main
And
CPU.
there's also inside there's like a gyroscope inside.
gyro
So it's
straight.
The
The gyro sensor.
gyro sensor.
What does it do?
They want to.
It keeps us
They are
balanced.
explaining
What are the three readings you can
Yaw,
get?
pitch, and roll.
You want to explain that?
yeah.
Yeah, he could.
You want to explain that?
Okay, first one, pitch is basically like up and down for the hub. So if it's facing like this, if it's like going to fall, then its pitch will go up. So it's basically like y-axis or z-axis. I don't remember.
Why?
Yeah.
So next.
Then there's roll, which is like if it tumbles like that. And then yaw is the direction it's facing, so it's like degrees like this. So we use that for turning.
So you didn't say there is a sensor inside.
Yeah,
So
right.
roll
Yeah,
is
yeah,
doing
yeah.
it on
It
its
is.
x-axis,
One of these
and
guys
then pitch
Yes,
is
yes,
doing
yes,
it on
yes.
its y.
Yeah, yeah.
Proof? Yeah, you're saying something?
Yeah.
No,
And
the-
anything?
The roll goes on the x-axis and the pitch goes on the y-axis, and then
Yeah.
wait, oh,
Yaw.
yaw just is degrees where it's facing.
Also,
It's positive and negative.
also, we used to add before in our older designs we had a lot of parts on it, but then we saw that more parts it is, the worse it is. So that's why we had to make it less. Like the base, we should make it like 2 layers
Instead of like 4.
yeah.
It was like there for
More compact than.
Yeah, and it'll be stronger.
No, I
and
didn't make
balanced.
So we can argue more parts or less parts. There is no correct answer.
Well, it's we all agree with it.
No, wait.
Yeah,
when
but they make it better with the experience, so they realize that there is
Yeah,
part.
correct.
When the robot has like more parts, it could be like harder to navigate because it'll like
If it's
hit
more bigger,
stuff.
it's hard to navigate.
And also we
Oh,
could
okay.
lose points when because it
You
might
bump
move the
into
chicken
things.
if
Yeah,
the
more
robot was
specific
like
one, yeah.
wrong.
Also, it's not really a mission, but there's a part of the table over there, and there's like one small space where all your stuff has to fit. If it doesn't, then you don't get those points. So the smaller the robot is, the better it is.
And also, if you touch the robot like this during a match, or if the robot comes back but it's not fully in home, you lose a precision token, which means you lose points. It's kept right here.
Yeah. You need all of them. It's better.
So in the presentation they said 1-1-1. That's what we all came up with the idea. One box, one van, one going on. So that is the solution.
Not one package. One box, one van, one hat.
I made that.
You got a one.
I made
No.
it up.
What is your feedback? What is your feedback? Just asking.
Yeah, I
What
think
do you think?
Positive, negative also. Yeah.
Yeah, anything negative, anything improving.
Yeah,
Is it a good concept?
we don't cry.
Yeah, I mean, I must say, it's a really means at their point of view, it's a really good concept. Yeah,
And
it's
is it
really good because it's a different matter whether it's going to be practically possible or not. It's possible. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. But this is really a good idea, I can say, and they understood actually what they wanted to be. So it's very good. I'm really impressed because everybody has very basic knowledge on that, and everybody involved in that, and they know that what the end result they are looking for.
Right.
So their goal.
Anything negative?
Negative, I can't say
I have
because
a
I
negative.
just started thinking.
Yes, Drew, your negative point.
I have a negative. We're all talking over each other.
No, actually, I was very impressed. Everybody participated in this. This
Yeah.
fest.
Thank you so much.
Good job, guys.
To our guest. Thank you to our guest.
Thank you.
They have more, so they will be more professionally improving in the next presentation because this was the whatever I don't know if the presentation, but sequence or whatever they are
Exactly.
when
You brought
to
up a
talk,
good
when
point.
he's going to talk, they will come
Eye
up with-
contact.
Yeah, eye
So
contact.